Hello, hello, sweet friends. It is Saturday, and I'm coming on today to show you the new fall transfers from Essential Stencil. They are absolutely amazing. And let me find us on my iPad here real quick, because I got my phone turned backwards so you can see them in all their glory, because they are amazing. The colors, all the things. I'm just really excited about these. And you know, they are so easy. If you don't know how to paint, if you're hesitant about painting and creating, these are so easy to use. You're gonna love these. So let me turn it down. So actually, I'm gonna leave it up like this so you can see better. I wanna start with the big ones first, and then we'll go to the small ones. There are 8 sets in here with a total of 18 designs. The first one is Sweet Harvest Whimsy, and these would be so cute for a kid's room. Look at these. Wait a minute to see how our camera is showing it. Just want to make sure it looks good without the glare. It does have a glare. But look how pretty they are. Aren't they just darling? That little, see on the front side. Look at this little guy. Isn't he not cute? I just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I said there is a bunch of amazingness in here. Do you guys remember the little ghosts with the flowers around it? Well, the cat lovers are going to be rejoicing because we have them with little kitty cats now. Look at this set. Whiskers and Wildflowers. Is that not adorable? I just love it. Look at this little guy. We have a cat that looks like that orange one right here. And look at the little black one. Look at the little tabby cat. Oh my gosh. These are so cute. Let me take them out. And the pumpkin. Of course, there's other things. There's butterflies on here. There's a pumpkin. There's a little gray kitty. I mean, there is several different kitty cats on here. I'm going to try to get them out so that you will not be able to see that glare so much. Look at the little white one. That little white one. I know Miss Cindy with Berry Jam Crafts is going to love this edition with the little cats on there. They're just so cute. And all the details on here. But you also have just butterflies or flowers or pumpkin that you can use. You have the moon that you can use in other ways. You can use that moon probably with some of the Halloween words. But look how cute they are. I'm trying to hold them to where the glare will not be on there. You're going to have to tell me which ones your favorites are. Next we have Autumn Harvest. It is a 2 set as well. It is called Heirloom Harvest Market. Let's take these out and take a peek. And then we're going to do a quick craft. I'm going to show you how quickly you can create with these, depending on how much time you want to spend on your board. Look at the color of all those pumpkins. And you can use these if you want to just put it all on a bag or on a board, you can, but you can cut different things out. You can just gather together with a little pumpkin set. They got the little acorns, the little mushrooms, those little swirlies. You can pick and choose how you want to assemble these, how you want to lay them out on your board. But look at this one. I love the baskets. I love the colors. Fall is my favorite color. Hello Autumn, Sweater Weather, Pumpkin Spice. Cozy Days, Warm Hearts, Pumpkin Patch, Hayride, Apple Cider, Leaves, and Bonfire. And then you got those little bows you can stick on different things, and the lantern. I mean, Tell me, aren't these just gorgeous in the colors and the way they are laid out? I just love these. The colors and that's just my style. I just love it. This one is a single set. Oh, I went to the big one. Yeah, I was going to do the big one first. This is just one stencil, but look at all, stencil transfer. It is a Thanksgiving harvest, and it's called Heirloom Thanksgiving. And look at all the things going on with this one. It says, a season of thanks, a heart full of gratitude, and a home filled with love. And then it has other little embellishments. And again, if you don't want to use the whole thing on one of your surfaces, you can cut all of these little ones out and take them off and just use parts and pieces to make it fit onto your board. You don't have to use the whole thing as is. So many different ways you can use that. This one is one of my favorites. My absolute is a set of 2. And I fell in love when I saw this one. It is just gorgeous. It is called Autumn Faithfulness. I'm going to show you the back side and how they designed it or intended it to be. And look at this. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. With that beautiful barn. And it has a psalm under it. And I have not double checked to see if that psalm is right. And it has these extra leaves and stuff that you can cut this off and put it to the side and create a longer board, or put that on a tray. That would be really pretty on a tray. And I like, if you have your tray this way, I like my barn to sit here and my words to sit there. And you can do that. You can cut that out and put it separate. And then you can take this and put it on the front of the tray if you have one with a little lip on it, and put the leaves around it. But look at that mum and the colors. Oh my gosh. I'm in love. I am so in love. Hey, Roxanne, my friend. Thanks for sprinkling. You saw it earlier. This is one of my favorites out of this set. His faithfulness is our shield and refuge. Here is another barn. I just love the barns. The mums, I used to have mums, and they were huge, just really huge mums. And again, you can cut this out separate. You can cut these out and have them come in over from the side. You can put that on a tray or create a big picture like this, or a leaner that you can lean beside your fireplace or on your mantle. I just love it. These 2 are my favorite. Now we're getting to the little ones. They've decided to do some 8x10 sets, which I think is completely amazing, because then you can stick these in a picture frame and create other small things with these. If I can get it out, I'll show you. And this one is called Autumn Woodland Blessings. Look at all that bright color. All that, for that just says fall to me. And that owl, oh my gosh, I love that owl. It is so beautiful. Fall is in the air. I'm going to show that one last. I'm going to do this one first. This one says, gather and give thanks. Look at the little squirrel. He is adorable. And then this one. Harvest blessing, with that little baby deer in there, that little fawn. Oh my gosh. And these would look so good together, framed up. It would be such a beautiful set. And that's the way they have it here. Just make a little set and put it on a piece of scrap wood or barn wood, and then have it sitting together. I just love that. That set is amazing. The colors, the details, it is like little works of art. So vibrant. This next one is wonderful too, especially for those of us that live near water, streams, ponds. And I love that they've included that in here, because that to me is just really special. Because we got our woodland creature, and now we're gonna have our autumn marshlands, and I love this. They've done a fantastic job with this one. Golden Marsh Crane and Reed collection, and it has a lot of little things on here, little sayings, little informational things, and just the beauty of this. Frame that up, it is beautiful, but you know what? That will look amazing on a cutting board as well. And then styled in that marshland way. This one, it says Autumn Marsh Mallard and Reed collection. And look at those little mallards, aren't they beautiful? My daughter has a couple of mallards, and they look just like that. We've got a boy and 2 girls. I love all these little details here. All of those little details. Thank you. And again, thank you for the stars the other day. I appreciate that so much. This one is saying Quiet Waters, Heron and Reed collection. And again, it's just stunning, the coloration and putting it all together with all the marshland features. And here is the way they have it styled. I like all the little ones, all the 8x10s, and I'm so grateful that they have made 8x10s. That to me is so useful to have that. And then we're going to craft with one of these today, and you guys going to have to tell me which one you want to use. If I can get it out. I know I opened the packages already, so it wouldn't take so much time, but I'm having problems getting this out. It is called Heirloom Harvest, and it says Harvest Blessings, Thankful, Grateful, Blessed, and it is the light sage blue cream colored pumpkins, which I think are just gorgeous. And if I do not say hello, because I see that there's others on, but I only see Roxanne's comments. So I apologize if I have not greeted you, if I have not said hello. Hey, Ginger, how are you, friend? I have not heard or seen from you in a long time. How are things going? Was it Arkansas? I got that right? I know, wondering when they're coming out. Hopefully soon. Just simply gather. Simple elegance in this one that will bring warmth to your house. I can see this one with one of the pumpkins made out of an old sweater, you know, with all the ribs on there in that creamy color sitting next to it, and then maybe another one in the sage color and a little tiny one. That's what I envision when I see this. Sitting on a mantle or on a shelf. That's just the coziness of it. Or maybe a little pillow with some pumpkins on there in this color. And then the third one in this one is Autumn Grace, Simple Joys, and Thankful Hearts. There's that one. And this is the way they have that styled. So you have an idea on how to use it. And that was the last one in this collection, and now you're going to have to tell me which one do we want to use. Autumn Grace, Harvest Blessings, or Gather. And let me show you what we are using it on. I'm going to put it on a backer board that came out of a frame. I've already painted it in, I think, buttermilk or light buttermilk. That might be light buttermilk. I already had it painted. I was going to do something with it and I never did. And this goes into the back of the frame. It was in here and it had paint on it and it was stapled in. Like this. It was stapled in and I just cut that and took that out so that I can use it, and we'll put that in. So which one do we want to do? Do we want to use Autumn Grace? You guys got to vote. Harvest Blessings. And I don't know where I got this frame from, to be honest with you. I can't remember. Possibly Hobby Lobby, or it might have been thrift store. And Gather. And it would look good to have those three standing next to each other. So which one? The $1 million question. Hello, Sherry. Hey, Cindy. Now I see your comments. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one should we go for? Tell me while I prep the surface. Right, one more time. Autumn Grace, Gather, or Harvest Blessings. You let me know. Let me know while I'll go ahead and prep this surface. I am going to use Magnolia from Dixie Belle and a little bit of olive wood. And on the edges, I'm going to add a little bit of burlap from Decor. And you're probably wondering, how am I going to attach it to the frame since there's nothing to attach it with? Autumn Grace. I've got these, I don't even know what they call them, picture things. They came with itty bitty tiny screws from Amazon, and that's what I'm going to use to put on the back to hold the frame part in. They are called picture frame turn button fasteners. And anybody wants to screenshot that, I'm going to hold it there for a moment. That way you can use old picture frames that don't have those. You could put a board in. If you just find the outside of a frame, you can just buy those. 1, 2, 3, and put them on to help you hold it on. And I'm just using a regular brush. I just want to tone it down a little bit. I didn't want it that yellow. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in water. If this is straight on here or if the yellow shows through, I'm okay. I just want a little bit of this color on there. We're gonna add dark to the outside edges anyway. But see how much difference this made to lighten that up. Just add a little bit of the light color. It matches our frame and our picture better. And I'll show you something else here in a moment when we get done with this one. And don't forget, if you are so inclined to get any of these new ones, please, please, please use an ambassador code. Save yourself some money. And if you would love to use mine, I would so appreciate it. It's WK21. Making sure I got all the sides. I know I got a little bit left, but some of that will be covered up anyway. Put that back up in there, and then I'm going to take a chip brush and add a little bit of that olive wood in here just to break it up a little bit. All right, I got Autumn Grace and Gather. I need a tiebreaker. Sherry? Autumn Grace or Gather. Okay, let me show it to you again. This one is Gather, and this one is Autumn Grace. And don't say I need to be a tiebreaker. Please be a tiebreaker. Itty bitty tiny chip brush, 1/2 inch. Way too much paint. I don't want that much paint, so I'm just going to offload on my paper towel. I'll just rub it in a little bit. I just want a little bit of something in the background, and I didn't even dry this yet. And I'm just coming up from the bottom, and I'm doing the sides, because most of the sides are going to be lost on the edge of the frame. And see how I left that middle open? I didn't put much color there at all. Let me put this back in here. I love this color. This is a really pretty color, this olive wood. I don't have a brown from Dixie Belle yet, so I am going to use the burlap. But I'm going to dry this first before we add that burlap. Autumn Grace win. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. You just make it so fun for me. And thank you for all the comments on my pumpkin that I made in Sarah's class. I had so much fun. It was so relaxing to paint that. There was no stress, and I learned so much. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this little guy back here. We used the template, but I learned shading and using a palette tool and all kinds of things, and I just loved it. I had so much fun. Just knocked over a can of stain. Give me just a second while I crawl under my desk and pick that back up. Let's add a little bit of burlap to the edge. I always put my coffee filters on the plate to support it. It's easier for me. I don't waste as many plates. And I'm just going to add a little bit of burlap on here, because I'm going to add some to the edges. Again, I'm just dipping my brush in. And see how pretty that color is. I am going to go a little bit heavier on the edges. Remember, part of it is going to be hidden. Pick a little bit more. And I want it uneven. You see how that is uneven down here? That is exactly what I'm looking for. If you need some more paint, just dab some more paint on your brush. I'll do the same thing up here. Go to your offload spot and fill back up. And I'm just darkening the edges to kind of blend that in, frame that in. We have a fun little surface. I think I might add a little bit more on the bottom. Because I know some of it is going to be hidden from the frame. Just very lightly. I'm gonna throw that away before I make a mess. And now we're gonna have to dry it really, really, really good, because if we don't, our transfer will not stick well. So we gotta make sure that this is really dry. And then I'm gonna sand it real quick. And again, this backer board came in the frame. I love this dressing too. Okay, this greenish one is olive wood from Dixie Belle. It's not greenish, it's tannish. Well, I say green, I don't know. Magnolia was the cream one that we put all over from Dixie Belle. And then the one we added to the edge, I can't talk today, is burlap from Decor. If I would have had a dark brown, I would have chose a dark brown for my edges, but I like that color too. Now I'm looking for a sander. This is my 220 sanding sponge. I'll get these from Amazon. Just think how pretty you can distress this for on a big old piece of wood. Distress the edges really good. Wipe this down, because you're going to have debris from your sanding that will stick to your transfer, and then your transfer may not adhere right. So just wipe that back, wipe that off. Check your edges, make sure that they are all clean. All those little tips and tricks and things. Yeah, I think that looks good. And this is a little bit smaller than an 8x10. I don't know, that frame was not an exact 8x10. Our surface is dry, it is clean, There is no oils or anything on there. So now we can put this on. And I like that it says simple joys and thankful hearts. If you are afraid of pulling it all off, you can try. I am not very successful with that. Bend this down and then try to lay it on here and do it that way. I'm just going to pull it off and do it all at one time. Keep these pieces to put your colors on. That is a perfect good palette for paint. And I used that on my painting yesterday. I am going to try to lay it down straight on the bottom. Because once it is laid down, it is down. And then I go from the bottom up and the middle out. And I do use my hands to lay this down first. If you want to use a brayer, you can use a brayer. And then I just use my tool and go over it just to make sure that everything is on here. I go both ways. This looks like a piece of art. I'll turn it around, I'll go the other way. And I go in both directions to make sure that it is on good. I'm a project turner. Who else in here is a project turner? I turn my project all the time. When I was painting yesterday, I turned it, and Sarah does too, so I was happy that she's a project turner too. I'm not like Miss Tammy that can paint upside down. I just can't do that. So we went over it in all directions. Now I can put it towards you so you can see. Pick a corner wherever you want to start. I've got a little lip so I can just lift it up. And then go ahead and start burnishing it in. And the other thing too, you want to make sure that it is oil free. Residue from your hands. Don't put lotion on right before you start, because that lotion, if you touch it like I did, it will transfer. Your natural oils in your hands will transfer. So just be careful with that you don't accidentally transfer oils. Don't use waxes or have a greasy surface, because your transfer will not adhere in those places where there is wax. And then I'll lift and push at the same time. Lift and push, lift and push. And if it is resisting like it is here, I know I need to rub a little bit more. And I will go up a little bit, and then I will go from the other side and come in from the other side. Like right now, I am going more over on this side to get this in. And then here in a moment, I will switch to up here. And there is a lot of little stems, so take your time. With the little letters, take your time. Don't rush it. If it resists, lay it back down. Thank you. Hey, Janice, how are you, friend? That olive is really pretty. I'll open it and show you again here in a minute. It was a really good color for the background. I picked the colors out of the picture, We could have used thicket because there's a little thicket in here, but I thought that olive was just a better choice. But you can do the same thing with the thicket, and your design will come out differently. It will give it a different look. And remember, if you have resistance, lay it back down. So let's talk about what can we use all of these for. These are basically instant design, instant creations. You just need a surface. You can use a barnwood surface. You can use a store-bought surface. You can go to your thrift store. I think this would look good on a like a pallet board type sign. The arches from Michael's, I don't know if they will fit size-wise. I don't know top of my head the sizes for those, but I think that would look really pretty. I think with that scroll on here, the pieces that Melissa is using from the oval pieces that Melissa is using from Hobby Lobby, with all that scroll work around it, I think that would be really pretty. I like the barnwood or pallet wood idea. I'm just kind of a rustic vintage soul, and I'm always looking at the thrift store for pieces that someone may have used, or maybe they used it for a wedding and don't need it anymore. And I love those pieces to give them new life, and this would look really good. You can put this on a canvas. You can buy canvas paper or canvas roll. You can buy canvas sheets too for the printer, but you can get canvas roll. Like it's just like the canvas boards that you buy, or get one of the canvas boards. Paint your background, put this on it, and then you can frame it as well. Or you could put it in a clipboard. Grunge up your clipboard. Make a rustic clipboard. Or if you're fortunate enough, you have an antique clipboard from like your grandparents or something, then you can use that. But you can also grunge up your own clipboard and make it old looking. So lots of possibilities. What other thoughts do you have there where you could put it on? I'm glad you are doing well, my friends. All right, how is the weather where you are at? I know those folks of you who are in Texas are cooking. It is unbearable. That is absolutely crazy to me how hot you guys are. We are hot now, but not that hot. And I know some of you have had to deal with fires, smoke, floods. We've had a couple of thunderstorms come through. They went either south or north of us, so we were spared, but they were some doozies of thunderstorms. So I know you guys had to deal with those. So let me know, how is your weather? How is everything going? Are you guys safe? Do you need prayers for anything? You know, I'm a praying girl. And if you missed me this morning, on Saturday mornings, I come on and we do Soul Filled Saturday. We are going through a book, but you don't have to have the book. And we talk about the lessons in the book. And this last week was basically cleaning out your pantry. And this week was to limit your sugar intake. But it's all on a biblical basis. No, the week before was cleaning out your pantry. Last week was, I can't remember what the topic was. But last week we're talking about, like Daniel, to eat vegetables and water. And this week was limiting your sugar intake. Lots of information in there, lots of things on how we can help our body. And if you're interested to join that, we are I go live every Saturday at 11 unless something happens and I can't make it, and we talk about that week's lesson. I always let you know the verses. This lesson is becoming the Proverbs 31 woman that God wants me to be. And see how I keep turning it and going around. So I invite you to come and join us. It's always enlightening and very helpful. And we just grow in faith together. We pray for one another. And stay tuned. I have something new up my sleeve. I've been working on behind the scenes with my friend Shar. She is helping me with some things behind the scenes. She's helping me a lot. So stay tuned for what's to come. Nothing left on there. Everything transferred the way it should. I normally go over it just to make sure nothing got stuck. But look at that. If you have that on a piece of barnwood, you could have your barnwood bigger if you want to. And you just set it up like that. And have, like I said, your little fall pumpkins sitting around it in that muted color or in the creams. Gosh, it is just beautiful. So let's put it in our frame. And there was a hanger on here. I took the hanger off because I didn't know which way I was going to do it. And I think I was going to keep it as a leaner. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Is that not gorgeous, ladies? What you think? Tell me, Tammy, what you think, what you really, really think. And you can also change your frame. You can add similar colors on the frame. I'm going to leave the frame the way it is. And the best thing is, when you use those little fasteners, you can take it out and put a Christmas scene in there, a spring scene, summer scene. Leave your frame neutral, and then you can just add different pictures in there. Another thing that you can do, I bought these are 8x10s, and see it's a little bit bigger than this one is. Well, they're supposed to be 8x10s, I have to measure. It's a little bit bigger than this one that came with the frame. You can paint these up and use those. And I bought these off a marketplace, so I don't know where they originally came from. It says, yeah, I can't read. Something Market Finds. Oh, Market Finds, that's what it says. I don't know where, I tried to research it, I don't know where that came from. But you can use these and you can clip them in here. Because this is a little clip. And just think you could do the same thing with a clipboard. And put that on there. And let's try it and see what it looks like. And you can paint the background to match. I said you can do the frame, however, and look at how pretty that looks. I have not seen the price on the bundle, and it's sneak peeking today and tomorrow, and then Monday they are available, and normally it's Sunday night at midnight Eastern. And I don't know what the bundle is. I have not seen the price, and I didn't get no paperwork to tell me what the price is. But see, two different ways to showcase this. And you could paint this background in maybe one of the burlap colors or that olive. I think that olive would be a pretty background color. And, or olive wood, that is the name of this. And that's the color. Is that not pretty? I just love that. But I just wanted to show you real quick what these looked like. I am going to fasten it into this frame. Let's lay it on here and show you one more time what that looks like. And we have two more in that set. We have Gather and Harvest. And see, that's what these two would look like in here. And that's what it looks like with a white background. You could just use a plain white background. You don't have to do anything special. You can just leave it the way it is. You can also put it on a canvas panel and add it to a clipboard. So we have Autumn Marshlands, which I love that one. I just think that one is really pretty. That one would also fit really well in this setting. We have Autumn Woodland Blessings. Ooh, you couldn't see that. Let me just leave it laying out down here where you can see it better. You have the big one, which is called Autumn Faithfulness, with the two beautiful barns. Heirloom Thanksgiving. Oh, I love this one with all the little elements. This one is called Heirloom Harvest Market, 2 sheets. And then you have the cute little kitty cats, which I like cats. Whiskers and Wildflowers. This would pair cute with the ghost too. You could put the cat on one and the ghost on the other. Those little friendly ghosts, flower ghosts. And then you have this little whimsy one, which is called Sweet Harvest Whimsy. And it just has all the little fun, whimsical, colorful things on there to decorate a child's room. I just think those are really beautiful. That little teal pumpkin, then you got a little golden pumpkin, orange, little peach colored one, and that little hat. If that hat will fit on the turkey, that would be kind of cute to put that little hat on that turkey. The hat on here. See that little hat down here? Take the hat and put it on the little turkey. I think that would be fun. And that's what I have for you today. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for hopping on. I am going to read our blessings. I sometimes forget to do that. It is called To Strengthen Your Soul. And it is out of Luke 1:45 today. And it's, blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promise to her. Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. So believe in the Lord's promises for you. God always keeps his promises. You can trust him. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for some exciting news coming on my end. There's some wonderful things coming. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Roxanne. I appreciate you guys more than you know. You guys have a blessed day. Enjoy your weekend and create something fun and hop over. Take a sneak peek. Mark which ones you want and You know, if you can't get the bundle, pick the ones that you love, because I have a feeling these ones are going to get gone fast. The other thing too, the Halloween stencils are still available, so check those out. And then they have the brush sets. They have all 3 brushes at a 15% discount at the moment. You get all 3 sets at a 15% discount, so take advantage of that. And then you can still use my code WK21 on top of that to save even more. So take advantage of it. While they have it offered, go and add a stack of brushes to your stash. All right, be blessed. Have an amazing weekend, ladies. Yeah, I love them all too. It's hard to choose. The Barnes are my favorite though, I think.